Hello, Year 3. Back to the magic faraway tree and let's find out what happens next. Rick will take you as soon as we can, promised Joe. There's no hurry. The faraway tree is always there. We never know what land is going to be at the top. We have to be very careful sometimes because there might be a dangerous land, one that we couldn't get away from. A voice came from downstairs. Children, are you going to stay up there all day? I suppose you don't want anything to eat. What a pity, because I've made some new bread and put out some honey. 4 children raced down the stairs. New bread and honey? Goodness, they weren't going to miss those. Good old mother. She was always thinking of some nice little treat for them. Joe, father wants you to dig up some potatoes for him later, said mother. Rick can help you, and Beth and Franny, I need your help because I have to take some mended clothes to Mrs. Harrison. She lives such a long way away. The children had been hoping to take Rick to the enchanted wood. They looked very disappointed, but they said nothing because they knew that in a family everyone had to help when they could. Mother saw their disappointed faces and smiled. I suppose you want to take Rick to see those peculiar friends of yours, she said. Well, now listen. If you are good children today and do the jobs you have to do, I'll give you a whole day off tomorrow. Then you may take your lunch and dinner and go to visit any friends you like. How would you like that? Oh, Mother, thank you, cried the children in delight. A whole day, said Beth. Why, Rick, we can show you everything, and maybe let you peep into whatever land is at the top of the faraway tree, whispered Franny. Oh, what fun! So they did their work well that afternoon and looked forward to the next day. Rick dug hard, and Joe was pleased with him. It was going to be fun to have a cousin with him, able to work and play and enjoy everything too. When they went to bed that night, they left the doors of their rooms open so that they might call to one another. Sleep well, Rick, called Beth. I hope it's fine tomorrow. What fun we'll have. Good night, Beth, called back Rick. I can't tell you how I'm longing for tomorrow. I know I shan't be able to sleep tonight. But he did, and so did all the others. When Mother came up at 10 o'clock, she peeped in at the children, and not one was awake. Joe woke first the next day. He sat up and looked out of the window. The sun streamed in, warm and bright. Joe's heart jumped for joy. He leaned over to Rick's bed and shook him. Wake up, he said. It's tomorrow now, and we're going to the enchanted wood. Chapter 2. Off to the enchanted wood. The children ate their breakfast quickly. Mother told them to make sandwiches for themselves and to take a small chocolate cake from the cupboard. You can take some donuts too, she said, and there are apples in the dish over there. When you come home, I'll bake some potatoes in the oven and you can eat them with butter and cheese. Oh, Mother, we will be hungry, said Joe at once. Let's hurry up with the sandwiches. We want to start off as soon as possible. Now, be home at 6 o'clock or I shall worry, said Mother. Look after your cousin Joe. I will, promised Joe. At last everything was ready. Joe packed the food into a leather bag and slung it over his shoulder. Then the 4 of them set off to the enchanted wood. It didn't take them long to get there. A narrow ditch was between the lane and the wood. You've got to jump over the ditch, Rick, said Joe. They all jumped over. Rick stood still where he was in the wood. What a strange noise the leaves of the trees make, he said. It's as if they're talking to one another, telling secrets. Wisher, 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 whispered the trees. They are telling secrets, said Beth. And do you know, Rick, if the trees have any message for us, we can hear it by pressing our left ears to the trunks of the trees. Then we really hear what they say. Wisher, 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 said the trees. Come on, said Joe impatiently. Let's go to the faraway tree. They all went on and soon came to the mysterious magic tree. Rick stared at it in great astonishment. Wow, it's simply enormous, he said. I've never seen such a big tree in my life, and you can't possibly see the top. Goodness me, what kind of tree is it? It's got oak leaves, and yet it doesn't seem like an oak. It's a funny tree, said Beth. It may grow acorns and oak leaves for a little while, and then suddenly you notice that it's growing plums. Then another day it may grow apples or pears. You just never know, but it's all very exciting. How do you climb it? Asked Rick. In the ordinary way. Well, we will today, said Joe, because we want to show you our friends who live inside the tree. But sometimes there's a rope that is let down the tree, and we can go up easily with the help of that. Or sometimes Moonface lets down a cushion on the end of the rope, then pulls us up one by one.